Welcome, everybody. Welcome, beautiful people. It's so wonderful to have you back on the third Sixth Sense session. And today, it's all about balance through your sixth sense. So what's really important is for us in life to enjoy life most, to live in flow, to have this fulfilled life. Balance is an absolutely critical thing. And sometimes in the collective, it can be perceived as a little bit boring, but it's really important to start understanding that balance can be actually excitement, joy, adventure. All these things can still come into play also when you are in balance. And when you are in balance, your energy is aligned with you. You feel good, you have good energy, and you have plenty of it. So for this session, it's all about how can we create the balance through the sixth sense. And it's going to be an interactive session again. So I'd love you to cooperate. I'd love you to use the chat. You can ask questions. And for today, I'm just going to mute everybody. Just one moment. Here we go. So for today, the aim is really to find out what throws you off balance and become aware of that. Because when you become aware of what throws you off balance, you can very easily in the early stages tackle that. In the early stages, before it actually unfolds and creates a big blow up, you can actually, hey, these kind of situations bring me off balance. Let me go back in my balance beforehand so you can avoid being taken off guard or being taken out of balance. So that's really important. That's one of the things we're going to focus on. And the other one is become aware of the actions and experiences that create balance in your own life. Because when you know what creates balance, you can start implementing that in a consistent way through your life. So your life becomes more balanced, your life becomes more in flow. So those are the things we're going to focus on today. But these, what I want to do first, I want to reflect back a little bit on what have you achieved since you started these six sense sessions? Because this is our third session. You've had two before. We did lots of little exercise, and you probably start already practicing a little bit in your life. These don't have to be big things, right? These can be small things. These can be little things whereby what decision do I need to make? Let me ask my spiritual team, or let me ask my intuition. So who has actually been using their sixth sense in life in the last couple of weeks? Let me have a look at the, loads of you. It's wonderful to see so many hands up. Wonderful. So you've been starting practicing it. This is what I absolutely love. I love when people come to a course and instead of just being on that course, listening in and then letting it be, actually people come to a course and they start practicing the material. This is how you create the changes in your life. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually ask your guides what wins you had in the last 10 days or 2 weeks. So sometimes you don't even realize it. You don't remember it. But it's really important to actually sometimes be proud of yourself, to allow yourself to be aware of the growth you have. Because it's nice to continuously learn new things. But one of the things that really add to your growth is realizing the things you've already achieved. Realizing what amazing steps up you've made. Because that gives you more self-confidence, it allows you to be more balanced, and it creates good new energy to grow further. So that's the first exercise we're going to do. So I invite you all to just sit relaxed. You're going to take a couple of deep breaths. And again, for anybody who's here live or for anybody who watches the replay, all these exercises work the same. They work really well. Good. Okay, take a couple of deep breaths and really start relaxing. And then every time you breathe in lots of light, positivity, and good vibes. And every time you breathe out stress, fear, and negativity. Good, very good. Now connect to your heart. Connect to your heart space. Wonderful. And then connect to the earth from your root chakra. You see some very strong cords going into the earth. Wonderful. Deep into the earth. So you get this groundedness and this guidance from Mother Earth. And then you also visualize a cord from your crown chakra, the top of your head, all the way to the divine energy. Beautiful. So you're guided by Mother Earth and you're guided by the divine. Once these two cords are in place, you visualize those, then visualize your spiritual team around you. Good. And you might sense energies around you. You might just visualize it. It all works. Good. Now ask your guides. Say, guides, what have I achieved in the last 10 days? What great things have I achieved? Can be small, can be little. They all count. Go with the first things you receive. You might receive multiple things. Some of you had some great financial successes. Some of you have already actually started that process of balance. And when I check in for the people that are here, but I'm also directly checking in to the energies from the people that are watching the replay because time doesn't exist. Might be something new that you hear, or you might have already heard of that. And that's okay. It's just from our perspective that time exists. And what other great successes do I see? I see people really going to the intuition. Wow. Some of you have really unlocked this intuition piece and using your sixth sense. Amazing. Type it in the chat for me once you received your answers, what they were. What are your successes? There's some personal growth as well that I see. Some of you have gotten better at decision making. Yeah. Type in the chat for me so we can see what your guides are telling you. Improve trust in myself. Yes, really nice, Alice. And that was really what I see with you. It was really the time for you to step into this trust. Because when you have trust with the small things, you're going to get trust with the bigger things. It's just allowing yourself to be patient, practice, and the trust will come more with the bigger and bigger things as long as you keep practicing and playing with the small things. Figured out how to stop the conversation in my head. Wonderful. Very good. Ryan, following the feeling, too many, let me scroll a little bit back. Following the feelings into the next chapter, making money, career, buying the right home. Amazing. Yeah. So these, right for you, these things are laying a little bit loose still, but you're connecting the dots. Each of those get grounded. It's almost like what my guides show is that all these things are dreams almost, and you're bringing each of these dreams into your reality. And this process helps you from making your vision a reality. Really amazing. For Nick, it's harmony. Wonderful. Farah, more confidence. Brilliant, brilliant. Confidence is so important, and you deserve to have that confidence because you're amazing at what you do. You really have this beautiful energy around you, Farah. Yeah. Sam, I was shown a completely new perspective to some things I thought was a mistake. It wasn't a mistake. It was creating a new opportunity. Awesome. Sometimes when we have a bit more doubt, and that's maybe, I think that has to do with the doubt session as well. When we have doubt, we think that things are like against us, or if there are mistakes. But actually, when we move into this confidence, when we move into the trust, it's more even the trust that even the things that go differently than you expected, you will start seeing how they create new opportunities, how these are lessons for you. So everything is actually working for you on some level. Really, really wonderful. Beatrice, I made a decision to get more balance by creating more space. Awesome. I love it. Well done, guys. Well done in realizing these successes. Some of you have booked a lot of successes. You might not feel ready to share yet, and that's okay too. That's totally fine. Okay, so Susie, if you have time, can you check this? My relationship is over since a few weeks. We are both heartbroken. It's complicated, but I think he was holding me back too much and stepping into my intuition. You're sensing the things for you correctly. And it's the point I just mentioned. And I get goosebumps when I think about this. It's sometimes you think things are a mistake, or they happen against you, or it's all wrong, and you don't know really, like life feels so hard and rough. But actually, when you move beyond that, like this is the energy of our story, and there are energies to process there, right? But when you move beyond that, you start realizing again, hey, actually this happened for me in these and these ways. And you can allow yourself time to let that unfold. And what I do see is, this is for the moment. If it's for you guys to come back together, then it will unfold again. So there's no right or wrong. It's like, okay, if in the future you both have learned certain things, then it will unfold again for you, that you can get back together if you want that and if he wants that. So this is, let the trust in your guides, in the divine, that things are happening for you, work for you. And you're not like, I'm spending a little bit of time on this question because you're not the only one in these kind of relationship changes. There are quite a few of you I sense in the energy that have changes in relationships, and that's okay. Right. Okay. So let's talk a little bit about balance. What does balance mean to you? Think about it. Put it in the chat for me. Does it mean loving yourself? Does it mean listening to your intuition? Does it mean feeling relaxed? Does it mean feeling fulfilled? What does it mean to you, balance? Do you get in balance when you're meditating, when you're spending time with your friends? Do you get balance when you have a certain feeling? Yeah. Become aware. What is it for you? Lola, feeling in flow. Very good. Victoria, harmony. Yeah. Alice, feeling peaceful, living in flow, things going easy. Yeah. When we are in balance, things really go easy a lot of the times for us. Yeah. Being in flow with the universe from Farah. Feeling in flow with all. Very good. Feeling secure and peace in your body and mind. Wonderful. Really, really wonderful. Yeah. So how balanced are you at the moment? On a scale from 1 to 10, how balanced are you? And you can ask your guides. Maybe close your eyes again. Allow yourself to close your eyes. Take a deep breath. Say, guides, tell me, how in balance am I on a scale from 1 to 10? So for Nicolette, it is 4 to 5. 4 to 5 out of 10. Okay. Sam, 6.5. Yeah. Beatrice, 6. Farah, I move between 4 and 6. Ryan, 8. Yeah, Ryan, you're getting much more in balance. Your energy strengthens as well. Lola 7-8, very good. Victoria 7, wonderful. So what's really good to see is you guys aren't at the extremes. It's not like a 1, it's not like a 10. You're in the middle, so you're gaining strength, you're having that balance, but there's an opportunity to grow. Now, wherever you are, it's not good or bad, it just is the situation at the moment. And throughout this session today, we're going to grow this. Okay, Alice 3, heartbroken, no home, no steady income, challenge. Yeah. So again, Alice, for you, what you're really learning is surrender, really go into this trust so you can get this divine guidance. You can get this support from your team. And once you step into that and you allow this surrender to take place, things will unfold for you more and more. Yeah, good. You say, I'm indeed letting it be, fate in the future though. Yes, exactly. Okay, so you know where you are at the moment. You know where you are. Okay, so balance is really important. Because if you get out of balance, what do you encounter? You can encounter things like loss, losing control, overwhelm, doubt, feeling alone, feeling unwanted, maybe misunderstood, not knowing what decisions you're making or need to make. When you do spiritual work, the way you balance yourself could really change. I've really seen that with myself. When I was in my corporate career, I was making long days. I could get up at 5 in the morning, run my own business for a couple of hours, get to work at 8, be at work from 8 till 7, sometimes till 9 or 11. And I could just do it all. This was when I was operating from my mind a lot. And I allowed less of my feelings to come through. And it was this routine. It was really fixed and it was the routine. And I could do it. I was more like a machine. And then I started to do spiritual work and I couldn't do it anymore. And I was really upset with myself. I was like, what's wrong with me? Why can't I do this? But the thing that's really important for you guys to that I want to share with you is if you go through something like that, if you started doing spiritual work, if you started listening to your intuition and you feel like you need more rest, that's completely normal. And you can allow yourself that rest. And you know why you can allow yourself that rest? Because when you listen to your sixth sense, to your intuition, you can achieve so much more in like 20 or 30% of the time. And now a lot of the heads go, how is that possible? I'm already efficient, all these things. But when the higher guidance comes in, that's when, like, it's the Pareto analysis, right? 20% of the work creates 80% of the outcome. 80% of the work only creates 20% of the outcome. So when you work from your sixth sense, your intuition, and allow your spiritual team to guide you when you're in balance, then it's really focused on 20% of the work creates all the outcome, creates all the things for you to achieve your goals, to get your successes, to be in alignment and to really experience this fulfillment. That's why you can allow yourself more rest. That's why you can allow yourself this time to rejuvenate and regenerate. When I started my own business, it was really the pushing energy. And it pushed me to the border of burnout. Then I really got this guidance from, it's not the right thing. Stop doing that. Focus, take your rest, do your meditation. And only once I started doing that, the clients came. I felt in balance. Things started flowing. So a really good thing to become aware, to really get balance, is to listen to your body, to listen to your intuition, to listen to your feelings. Yeah, guys? To allow yourself that extra rest. You don't need to know the how. You need to know the why you want to achieve things, and you need to know your end goal. Then you allow the how to be unfolded by your guides. We talked about runners last time. Your runners are amazing at this. So you say what you want and you send out your runners. Good. So what is important to be aware in order to get more balance? To get more balance, one of the critical things to do is self-love. self-love, increase your self-love. Be more kind to yourself. Be more forgiving to yourself. Who is somebody? Put your hands up to me. Put your hands up. Who actually is setting very high standards for themselves? Yeah. Yeah. Who sets high? Who expects a lot from themselves? Yeah, exactly. You guys aren't here because you aren't high achievers. I usually attract a lot of high achievers because I'm a high achiever myself. And what do high achievers do? They have this huge goal list. Everything needs to be done. And if one thing doesn't go right, you're disappointed in yourself. Instead of looking at the 90% of the things that you're already doing perfect, that unfolded amazingly for you. Now, this is the area where the self-love needs to come in, where the kindness for yourself needs to come in, where the forgiveness for yourself is absolutely critical. When you become more loving, more kind, and more forgiving, you will achieve much, much more, and you will be more in balance. Instead of focusing on the things you haven't done in order to really motivate yourself, turn it around and focus on the things you already achieved, what you're grateful for, and put it on the list. When you have your little Sixth Sense booklet. I have mine laying, I think it's laying in the other room. Your little Sixth Sense booklet, and put in there what you're grateful for, what you've already achieved. Just writing that down puts, again, so much great energy into the universe, out there. So that your guides can work more for you, your angels can work more for you. The divine gives you this positive wind in the back. Yeah. So the key is more self-love, being more kind to yourself, being more forgiving to yourself, flexibility with yourself and with others. You might have all those goals and all these things you need to do. You might have your task list. Be flexible. If you don't get it done, just focus on one thing and complete that one thing. Because when you do one thing and complete that, that's how, when you do it in a consistent way, you will achieve loads. Yeah. Then the other thing that people highly underestimate, I already mentioned before, is rest. Spiritual growth requires more rest. It requires time in order to, like, the rest allows your brainwaves to calm down. There's a little bit of science coming in. So it's not only spiritual stuff we speak about. This is scientifically underwritten. When you take rest, your brainwaves calm down. When your brainwaves calm down to alpha, theta, or delta brainwave, your body is able to rejuvenate. Your body is able to heal. Your mind opens up its space so creative ideas can flow in. Why am I a huge fan of Theta healing? Why do I teach Theta healing? Because Theta healing allows, it's not about healing necessarily. It's partially that, but Theta healing allows your brainwaves to go to Theta brainwaves, which allows your brainwaves to really calm down to a super deep dream state, a state whereby your brainwaves calm down, your body heals itself. You get amazing guidance from the divine energy. It's something very unique. And when you have a hectic lifestyle, that's what will rebalance you. So we talk about being in flow of life a lot in the world, and people want to be in flow and they talk about it, but actually very few people literally live in flow. Because when you live in flow, you're being truly grounded, but at the same time, you're in balance. At the same time, you allow the energies to flow. Your chakras, your energy centers are open for the energies to flow through you. And what will happen? Lower vibrations will come through you. And when you're truly in flow, what do most of us do when lower vibrations come through us? We fight them off. We push them away because those low vibrations we don't want. And instead of allowing the energies to flow, and when we sit there or continue our lives being in flow, they will just move on because energy always moves. Instead of that, we push them away, we push them away and push them away. So it can't flow through. The more we push, the more we resist, the more this energy stays stagnant there. That means we are actually having it stuck in our field and it impacts us. Instead of resisting, let that energy come, it flows through and it will disappear again. That is living in flow. That is being in balance. It's not a question of wanting to avoid overwhelm. It's not a question of wanting to avoid any negative energies or negative thoughts, because realistically, we're people. All of us will experience it. But it is about how do we deal with these experiences? Do we push it away? Do we resist it? Or if we have positive energy, do we cling on to it? Do we want to, I love this experience. I never want to forget it. I want to be in this moment all the time. You see, the fist gets stronger and stronger. We're clinging on to that energy. That's not being in flow. Being in flow is letting the energy flow. Real being in flow is actual balance. Also, when significant life changes happen. It's moving into this trust. It's happening for me instead of against me. Yeah. Do you guys get this? Are there any questions around this? Do you guys find this useful? Yeah, so some nods? Good. Good. Yes. Okay. Wonderful. Good. Good. Thank you for that confirmation. Yeah. So why have I really focused on the trust and clearing the doubt? The reason why is because when you clear the doubt and when you live more in trust, you have your intuition. When your intuition strengthens, you know how to deal with the situations that come on your path. You know when lower vibrations come in, when changes come in. You don't have to push or cling. You can let it flow. That's where we talk about balance today. Good. If you, last thing around about this, if you really, really resist, push away, hold on, what will happen is your energy centers will start getting out of alignment. We will talk about chakras in a little bit. When your energy centers go out of alignment, then they're not open necessarily as much anymore. And if it's not open, that energy doesn't flow as easily. So the more we cling, the more we push away, the more closed our chakras get. And therefore, that energy doesn't flow anymore. And you need that energy to flow in order to feel good, in order to feel balanced. Now, we have all moments whereby we push or cling or resist. And that's okay. But when we become aware of it and then let the energy flow, that's when your chakras become in balance and you feel good. Question, how do you let it flow? The way how you let it flow is when you don't like something, you're not going to resist. When you don't like something, you're not complaining. When you don't like something, you don't push it away. That's how you start letting it flow more. If you don't like something, you can ask why. Why does this trigger me? Why do I not like it? Why does it bring me out of balance? So you gain awareness. Not pushing, you gain the awareness. How do you let it flow more as well is if you have situations you love, don't cling on to it. Sometimes that really holds people stuck to the past. This is how great it was in the past. This is the great things we have. These are the great experiences that happened in the past. In my relationship, these were the great things I loved from my partner or my boyfriend or girlfriend at the time. When we constantly hold on to that, the new energy can't flow into you. When you hold on to the past, to the things you loved, then you stop and it's over. You stop the new energy that is going to bring you more positive experiences to flow for you. It can't come in when you hold on to the stuff from the past. It doesn't mean that you can't reflect back on things. It doesn't mean that you can't learn on things. But you know yourself when you hold on to it. It always used to be like this. It always was to be like this. I want it to be this way. I want it to be that way. That is holding on to things. Do you guys get that? Yeah, very good.
Sorry, Susie. I am a little bit confused because when I learned about manifesting, it does feel like you should visualize, this is what I want, this is what I want. So I'm a little bit confused.
Very good. So it's actually a really good question. Manifesting is something different. Manifesting is using the quantum field for things that are in the future to bring it to you. So it's bringing the future in to create what you want. It's inviting that new energy to come in. But if you want that new energy to come in, but you keep on holding on to how everything was in the past, this was great, that was great, this is how I want it to be because this is how it used to be. This is the feeling I want to have because that's the feeling I used to have. The great experience from the past, when you hold on to these things, the new things that you're manifesting can't come in. Does that make sense?
A little bit.
Yeah, okay. So let's.
But if I look back to, so I had so much nice stuff with my ex-boyfriend, and I can imagine going back to one of those things that I loved so much and like enjoying that feeling and manifesting like I would like that also to be in my next relationship. So if it feels like a joyful, free, open feeling, does that count as not clinging or?
No, that's not the clinging.
Okay.
So the clinging is, I need to have it this way. If it's not this way, I get upset. If it's not this way, then your energy will change.
Exactly. That's the energy that's different. And I got it. Thank you.
Yeah, that's the clinging. Very, very good question. So it's more like these things I loved from my past experiences. Please allow them to come in. But then when you allow that energy to come in, it might come in slightly different. And instead of then saying, no, it's not what I had in the past, therefore I'm now upset, therefore now it's influencing my energy, that's when you start clinging. Instead of, this is what I love from the past, please bring this or better back into my life. And you're grateful for the things that are coming in, even though there's little different. That's when you start being in flow. Yeah, does that make sense? Good, good. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a little exercise. We're going to ask your guides what brings you out of balance. After we've done that, we're going to energy test that to make sure that our subconscious, we use the energy testing modality tool to understand what beliefs we have in our subconscious. So we're going to ask what brings us out of balance. Then we're going to test on any level, this brings me out of balance. And then what we're going to do is we're going to do the exercise that we did last time. Why does this bring me out of balance? Why does that happen? Why does it happen? Why does it happen? Why does it happen? So you can get down to the root of that. And then you can change that energy. We're going to ask your guides to help you to change that energy. Are you guys up for that? Okay. So again, let's just connect with our guides. Take a couple of deep breaths. Really allow yourself to relax your body. Good. Now visualize a strong cord going from your root chakra into Mother Earth, and another cord going from your crown chakra into the divine energy. So you're being grounded and guided by the divine at the same time. Then when those cords are in place, you can, if you don't see them, you can visualize them. Very good. And then you visualize or you sense your spiritual team being around you. You can even take a moment to see, who is my spiritual team? You might see angels, you might see guides, you might see some runners, and you can start becoming aware of your spiritual team. Who are the members of your spiritual team? And the more you practice this, also if you watch the replay, like you can watch the replay after you've done this, the more you practice this, the more you become familiar with your spiritual team. It's like getting to know some of your family members or your team members better. And you're going to ask guides, spiritual team, please tell me what brings me out of balance. I just ask my guides and they say change. Change brings you out of balance. So what is it for you? Okay, does everybody have an answer? Did everybody get something? The first thing you got? Farah, I'm not getting anything. Okay, Farah, close your eyes. Connect yourself with, connect yourself to the earth. Connect yourself to the divine. Witness your spiritual team being around you. And ask your guides, show me that it's safe for me to know what brings me out of balance. And anybody else of you who wants to ask their guides to show them that, allow you guys to change that energy with you. So you know it's safe to know what brings you out of balance. Good. Your guides are very gentle, Farah. They have a very beautiful energy. Okay, now say, guys, what brings me out of balance? Tell me. What's the first thing that's coming up? You got something? Negative thinking. Very good. Very good. Yeah. Wonderful. So everybody has got, if somebody hasn't got something, please unmute yourself so I can help you. Otherwise, I'd like you guys to test yourself. So we're going to test. So for me, it was change, right? I got change from my guides. So what you're going to do is we're going to do the energy testing again. Now, if you haven't done this before, you need to watch the replay from session 2. You're going to just close your energy field. You're going to test if you test correctly. So you close your eyes, you say yes, and allow your body to go forward. You close your eyes, say no, allow your body to go backwards. And then you can say, like for me, it was change. So I'm going to say, change brings me out of balance. It's a yes. So you say what it was for you. Negative thinking brings me out of balance. Fear brings me out of balance. Focusing on others too much brings me out of balance. Going over my borders brings me out of balance. Whatever it is for you, and you test yourself to make sure that there's a yes. And if it's a yes, we're going to do the exercise to change this belief in your subconscious.
Susie, I got a no on the muscle test, which really surprises me.
Okay, so go a little deeper. Just say fear for the future brings me out of balance. Test that.
Okay.
Does everybody else have something? Did everybody else get a yes? So they have something to work on?
I had the same. That what the guide said to me,
Yeah.
and I tested, and there comes a no.
Okay. So what was it?
Teleurstelling.
Okay, disappointment. You need to be a little bit more specific around disappointment. There's a specific people that, so if you have a person there, say disappointment from like,
It's not a
this specific person.
It's not a person. Het zijn onverwachte dingen die ik anders verwachtte.
Okay, unexpected disappointments bring me out of balance. That's what you can test. You can test it in your own language if you want to, because that's how we usually test most accurately.
Yeah.
And you want to write it down. The belief that you want to work on, you want to write down for yourself. So unexpected disappointment, bring me out of balance. Or like sometimes when the thing is too big, like disappointments in general might not bring you out of balance, but a specific situation might do. So sometimes we need to be a little bit more specific when testing a belief. Okay, so everybody should have something to work on. I will give you an example again. We're going to do the why exercise to make sure that we can clear this belief for you. Now, when I was doing this exercise this afternoon, I had some interesting thoughts. So I thought I'm going to use this as an example. So what brought me out of balance this afternoon is hiring a new staff member. And I asked my guides, why does that bring me out of balance? And then I got, because you believe it can destroy your business. Okay, so I've got that answer. I believe it can destroy my business. So then we do the next why. Why do I believe it can destroy my business? Because it happened before and I was shown a past life. So then the next question is, why did this happen before? Because you were not patient. Okay, why was I not patient? Because you are not listening to your intuition. That's what the guides told me. Every time the guide gave me the answer. So then the question is, why did I not listen to my intuition? The guy said, you were safer when you made decisions from your head. That's how everybody did it. So why did I follow everybody? To not be rejected and killed. This is all that past life. Okay, why would I be killed? To complete my lessons of patience and to grow spiritually. There probably was a belief in my subconscious that I had to grow, that I had to be killed in order to grow spiritually. So what was I learning? I was learning patience and I was learning spiritual growth. So then I asked my guides, please complete these lessons of patience and show me that I can grow spiritually without being killed. And that just changed that energy. And thereafter, hiring a new staff member didn't bring me out of balance anymore. So this is just an example. And I'm going to guide you now through the same kind of why questioning that you can do for yourself to resolve this belief for yourself. Does that make sense? Yeah, good. I will guide you through it. So you can constantly, you start with the question, why does why does change bring me out of balance? You ask your guide, you get an answer. You use that answer and you say why, and then you form the question. So because it can destroy my business, so why can it destroy my business? So every time you use the answer in your next why question. Yeah, you go deeper and deeper and deeper, and you will discover a few layers. So it's the layering exercise. And then you identify what the lessons are so that you can complete those in order to change the belief. Yeah, are you guys ready for it? Let's do it. Okay. So we're gonna close our eyes again. Allow ourselves to relax through 2-3 times. Proper breathing. Good, good, wonderful. Now connect to your heart. Sense your heart space. Sense the love in your heart. And breathe deeply again. Good. Now allow yourself to connect. So you visualize strong connection, a cord from your root chakra into Mother Earth. So you're always grounded and guided by the Mother Earth energy, which is, by the way, very loving, the Mother Earth energy. And then you witness another cord going from your crown chakra all the way into the divine energy. Wonderful. Good. When you witness and visualize your spiritual team being around you, you might also have noticed that your spiritual team got stronger or bigger. That's all possible. And you start with the first question. So why does XYZ bring me out of balance? You can write the answers down if you want to, or you can use it in your head. So why does change bring me out of balance? Or why does disappointment bring me out of balance? Or why does fear bring me out of balance? Whatever it is for you. Guides, show me, tell me. Here you have the answer. You say, why? Why is that the case? You go deeper. And then again, when you have the answer, you say why. Use the answer and say why. You can keep going deeper. Why is this the case? Why is it that way? Why do I believe that? Very good. Can we do a few downloads for you that it's safe to do this? That it's safe to explore it this way? That you're always protected. When you want this, just say yes, and we'll open this energy a little bit up a little bit more. And then continue with your why questions. Very good. Why is that the case? Why do you believe that? And then say, guides, show me, why is this? Allow your guides to give you the answers. Not yourself, your guides. They come through your intuition, through your feelings. Good, and you can write the answers down when you get them. When you feel like you're there, you can ask yourself, okay, what have I learned from this situation? Become aware of the lessons. What have you learned from that situation? When you're aware of what you've learned, you can ask you guys to change that energy, to complete that lesson. So guys, what have I learned from all of this? What have I learned from this awareness? The learnings are positive. You can have multiple learnings. Sometimes it can take a moment before you guys give the answer. So then really allow yourself to deep breathly a few times and say it again, guys, show me, what have I really learned from this? And then just be silent until you receive the answer. Good. And then once you have these learnings, ask you guys, can you complete these learnings for me in the best way possible? Please complete these for me. You can ask the divine to complete them for you as well if you want to. And when you're done, you thank your guides. Usually when I thank my guides, I just see this huge, beautiful, unconditional love from the divine coming over my guides and over myself, topping up all the energies. And you can test your own belief again. Good. So some of you are still in the process. Take your time. Victoria, yes, it worked. No more rejection keeping me out of balance. Wonderful. Really, really good. So I'm just going to test myself as well. So yes, no. Change brings me out of balance. No. Wonderful. That worked for me too. What should I do if my guide said I cannot complete the lesson? Okay. So it's the why exercise. So why can you not complete the lesson? Ask your guides why, Farah. Okay. Did everybody have their belief changed? I see some smiling faces, which is really nice. Okay. Just put a thumbs up for me if you had your belief changed. Yeah, yeah. Okay, yeah. Very good. If you haven't had your, very good. Very good. Okay, if you haven't had your belief changed, just put it in the chat or unmute yourself for me, please. If you're watching the replay and you really struggle with getting your beliefs changed, what I'd recommend is just reach out to us through our website or email us on support@fromheadtoheart.com, and you can get in touch with us and we can help you with these things. It doesn't mean if you're watching the replay that you don't get the guidance. The support is there for you. Good. So is there anybody who didn't have their belief changed? Farah, did it work for you? Yes, wonderful. Very good. Very, very good. Well done. I'm impressed with how easy it goes for everybody and how quickly it goes. You see how quickly you get in tune with your guides and with your intuition. And it's been 3 sessions, guys, and you're doing this already. It's really awesome. Good. So I feel guided to do Theta Healing downloads. I have created the Sixth Sense. I also use Theta Healing a lot. And Theta Healing is really wonderful. It's a super powerful modality. Therefore, I teach it as well. I just feel guided to do 1 or 2 Theta Healing downloads for you. So that's okay. Can the creator show you? The creator is similar to the divine, similar to God. It's the energy of all that is. Can the creator show you that it's worth for you to be in, like, that you're worth it to be in balance, that you're allowed to be in balance, what it feels like to be in balance, and that everything unfolds perfectly for you, always. When you like these downloads, just say yes. Wonderful. Good. Okay. Okay. So just make sure you say thank you to your guides for helping you. It's really good to have this gratitude back to your guides, because that's how they love helping you, where this energy exchange is then in that way. Really, really good. Okay. So the next part of this session is we're going to identify what is required for you to become more in balance. Balance has a lot to do with your chakras, because chakras are your energy centers. When they're open, the energy can flow. And when they're closed, it can cause some imbalance in life. We have 7 main chakras and multiple smaller chakras. I'm going to quickly discuss the main chakras with you. You start with your base chakra, or your root chakra. Your root chakra is at the I don't even know how to describe this in English. It's at the back, at the bottom of your back here. It's over there. That's where your base chakra is. Then you have your sexual chakra, your sacral chakra. You have your solar plexus over here. You have your heart chakra. You've got your throat chakra. You've got your third eye and your crown. So the base chakra has a lot to do with grounding, your connection to the earth, open to receive healing from the earth. Your base chakra has also to do with your foundation of life, your security and stability. Very, very important in order to be in balance. Sacral chakra. Sacral chakra has to do with your sexual nature. It also has to do with relationships and with yourself and with others. Your sacral chakra has a lot to do with your creativity, your passion. It's the chakra related to money and the chakra related to joy. So if you feel that the sexual chakra is blocked, it can be any of these topics that you might need to unlock. You might need to do like the why exercise, the layering exercise to identify what is holding you back and why you have that block so that energy can resolve and it can flow more again. The solar plexus chakra. The solar plexus chakra is your upper belly. It's your empathic sense. It's what you sense, the energies you sense. It's the connection with others, your personal power, your personality, your ego. Ego is not bad. Ego becomes undesired when it turns into egotism. It's the solar plexus chakra has a lot to do with who are you, your identity, freedom, choice, and authenticity. Then the heart chakra. The heart chakra is more the emotional levels of a person, the ability to give and to receive. Like being loving and having your heart chakra open is not only giving. It's something that's often misunderstood in the collective. You're so focused on giving and doing stuff for others. What's really important to have your heart chakra in balance is allowing yourself to receive. A lot of you people care a lot about others, but it's allowing yourself to receive, to be cared for, to be nurtured as well at times. So it can be in balance instead of only giving or only receiving. The heart chakra has to do with love, compassion, forgiveness. It's the heart of your body. Sometimes the heart chakra can be less open when people had traumatic experiences. So it's about resolving these traumatic experiences. You can use the why exercise again for that. You can use theta healing for that. You can use other things for that. But once you resolve these traumatic experiences, you can the heart chakra will open up. The energy will flow again. Then we have the throat chakra. Your throat chakra is your ability to speak, your ability to channel some information, the ability to express yourself, what you feel. You feel like that you can be heard. And it's your voice. It's your voice. Are people listening to you? Are you allowed to be listened to? Are you allowed to express whatever you feel or experience? The third eye. The third eye is the clairvoyant sense. It's when you release fear and declutter the mind, the third eye will open up more and more. So you can receive more information. You can observe auras or energies through that. And the last one is the crown chakra. The crown chakra is your connection to your spiritual team, to the divine, to the higher guidance, your center of the spirit and enlightenment. The crown chakra has a lot to do with wisdom because we can channel that universal intelligence and the wisdom through the crown chakra, which is coming from above. So when you open your chakras, you become more in balance. They shouldn't be fully open. The chakra should be open the right amount for you. It depends a little bit on which chakra it is. Your crown chakra and your third eye chakra can be fully open. Your throat chakra and your other chakras, you want to have between 50 to 70% open usually. That's when people are in balance. Now, for each person, it can vary a little bit, but this is just in general. Your chakras will become more close when you have fear. We have specific topics where there's traumas, or you get triggered, or there might be a push away or cling on. So resistance to things. It doesn't mean when one chakra is closed that they're all closed, or when one chakra is open that they're all open. It can be that 5 of your chakras are very well balanced, and only 1 or 2 are not fully open, or there's something unresolved there. Now, chakras are your energy centers, and the energies change all the time. So how open your chakras are changes constantly as well. But when there are specific challenges, specific things that reoccur in your life, or there is some trauma or some fear, you really need to clear that, because then the energy in your chakra can flow more. Right. So as last exercise for today is we're going to get some guidance from our spiritual team on how open our chakras are and what specific action we can take to bring your chakra more in balance. Yeah, it's very exciting. So what we're going to do is we're going to close our eyes. Take a deep breath. Good. Yeah. Take one more breath and relax. Good, good, good. Okay, now again, a cord goes from your root chakra into Mother Earth, and another cord goes from your crown chakra into the divine energy. So you're beautifully connected. And then you sense or see or visualize your spiritual team around you. Yeah, there's a lot of love coming from your spiritual team. Beautiful. We're going to start with the base chakra. So you're going to ask your guides, how open is my base chakra? You might get a percentage. You might get it's open or it's closed, or it's a little bit open or a little bit closed. They communicate in the way that they want to communicate, or that's right for you to receive. You can write it down if you want to, or you can just notice it. And then what you're going to ask is, guides, please tell me, what is the one action that I can take to bring my root chakra more in balance? So guys, tell me, what is the one action I can take to bring my root chakra more in balance? You might get walk in nature. Or you might get eat some root vegetables. Root vegetables can really help you ground more. You might get you need to be more grounded. Okay, how do I get more grounded? Through resting, through listening to your feelings, through doing something fun. Yeah. For some of you, it's spending time with your family. Being in the present with your family and with your children, instead of being with your children and your mind is somewhere else. Yeah. For some of you, it's more about identifying who you are. So you can make a little list. And every time you add something to it, every time you add a little, every day you add one thing to it. I am this and I am this. I'm a loving person. I'm a compassionate person. Every day you add something. Identify who you are. Good. Now we move to the next one, the sacral chakra. Say, guides, how open is my sacral chakra? Tell me, show me, or let me feel it. And it doesn't mean that you have to be perfect. I got 50% by the root chakra and 40% by the sacral chakra. There's no right or wrong. It's just about getting the answer. Then you can take one action to it. And again, it's a moment in time. Energy constantly changes. Okay, and then say, guys, what is the one action I can take to bring my sacral chakra more in balance? You can write down that action. Write down the one actions. What is the one action I can take to bring my sacral chakra more in balance? Okay. So it can have to do with sex. It doesn't have to do with sex. Sometimes it's work on being loved. Allow other people to love you. Sometimes it is have more fun or have more sex. Sometimes what I also see for some of you is actually allowed to play with yourself in a sexual way. That's allowed, guys. It really is. It's nothing to be ashamed of. It's something to explore and have fun with that. Both for men and for women. Also when you are in a relationship. Yeah. For some of you, it's really about letting that love come in. Very good. For some, it's something to do with creativity. Maybe allow some of the creativity to flow. The one action, do some, like allow creativity to flow once a day. And just do like a brain dump or whatever comes up, write that down or paint it. Good. So I haven't received the answer yet, then say, guys, please tell me, what's the one thing I can do to bring my sacral chakra more in balance? You know what I got from my guides? Let go of the shame around sexuality. So even though I'm very happy to speak about it and enjoy it, there's still something for me to work on. Yeah, that's completely normal. That's fine. Dancing. I love the dancing. And I think, Sabina, it might have been with the root chakra, but dancing is really good. And it can also have to do with the sexual chakra. Could be with both. Ryan, same. Yeah, also the shame around the sexuality. Clear affairs of sex. Exactly. Alice, I asked also, what will it bring me if this chakra is balanced? Beautiful question. And the answer was a better foundation in life. What do you think? Does that make sense? 100%. Yeah, totally. Good. Thank you, guys. So let's go to the third chakra, the solar plexus chakra. Say, guys, show me. How open is my solar plexus chakra? And then you can wait for the answer. When you've got the answer, you can ask the question, guides, tell me or show me, let me sense. What do I need to do? What one action can I take in order to bring my solar plexus chakra more in balance? The solar plexus is the empathic sense, the connection with others, your personal power, but your personality, freedom, authenticity. So what one action, guides, can I take to bring my solar plexus chakra more in balance? Trust. Beautiful. Beautiful, Sabina. So and if you get something around trust, then what specific action can I take? Is it every day write down one thing that you trusted? It's a beautiful way of really growing that trust. Singing, yes. Very good, Alice. Singing is absolutely great for letting that energy flow, for creating that freedom, because a lot of people feel maybe a little bit ashamed around singing. Singing is great for the throat chakra, or also very good for the other chakras. So sometimes you get like answers that doesn't feel like it will help that chakra, but actually it will. Nick, totally good. Perfect. Perfect. I got speak your voice in a more authentic way. So speak your voice. My first call was, hey, it's my throat chakra. And my guide said, no, it has to do with your solar plexus chakra. The reason why is because it's about that authenticity that's allowed to be heard, that's allowed to come out. Wonderful. Okay, let's move on to the heart chakra. And these 1 actions you can write down so you can start doing them. It's all about these simple things. So guides, show me. How open is my heart chakra? Good, you can write that down and then you say guides. So again, the heart chakra is around emotional levels of a person, giving and receiving love, compassion with yourself, forgiveness. Forgiveness is super important. Yeah. So guides, what's the 1 action I can take in order to bring my heart chakra more in balance? What's the 1, guides, what's the 1 action I can take in order to bring my heart chakra more in balance? Good. Stop thinking. Love it, Lola. Go from your intuition. Allow that guidance to come in. You sent a beautiful message today and it's coming in already. You have a lot of growth. I love it, guys, when you share with me your achievements and your wins. It's always a beautiful thing to hear. Okay, let's go to the next one, the throat chakra. Guides, show me, how open is my throat chakra? Guides, show me, what is the 1 thing, what's the 1 action I can take in order to bring my throat chakra more in balance? More hugs. Sit for a longer period with chest against chest with someone and let the energy flow. Very nice. That's around the heart chakra. What's the 1 action around the throat chakra? Yeah. Sabina says, stop speaking. Yeah, what I see with you, Sabina, I've just asked your guides, what do you mean with that? It's to avoid the overcompensating of speaking. Allow others to speak, and it's about, just 1 moment. You don't have to speak in order to be loved. Just being there, being present, already will activate the loving energy within you. and speak up when it's important and then that voice has a real impact. When it's the constant speaking, constantly, then the impact is less than when you be silent for a little while and just speak whenever it's really important, then it really has an impact. Does that make sense, Sabina? Yeah, good. Okay, singing your own songs, love it. Practice geweldloze communicatie. Yeah, it's like communication without conflict or yeah, very good. It's the communication without fighting, the communication in a more harmonious way. Yeah, it's very good. Alice, your team is very accurate and you're picking it up very accurate. So you can let go of the doubt and just go with it. Speak your own voice. Very good, Nick. I'm not getting an answer for what I can do to open my throat chakra. Okay, so let go of the fear, Farah. And ask your guides again. Guides, show me. What is the one action I can take in order to open or bring my throat chakra in balance? Okay, you have your answer, Farah, here. Yeah, I got to speak my truth about. I got to speak my truth, but I'm not sure how to do that or what exactly it entails. You know, it's funny. The answer I got for myself is to share more on social media. And it's about the way to do that. Let me just look at it for you, Farah. It's about being open about who you are. You don't have to hide away anymore what you do. You don't have to tell it to everybody. You can just start little by little. Tell it to a few people who you feel like they might be open, or go and communicate with some of those amazing people in this group. I probably should create like a Facebook group for you guys so you guys can get into contact. So you can talk about more about who you are. When you start talking about it with people that won't judge you, it will become easier and easier to have that voice with other people who might not be at a level of consciousness yet. Okay, so let's finish this off. So let's move on to the third eye. Guides, show me, how open is my third eye? Good. And I say, guides, what one action can I take in order to balance my third eye more? And your third eye and your crown chakra can be open up to 100%. That's totally fine. Because it's your connection to the divine, the spiritual world. So what one action can I take in order to balance my third eye more? Good, good. Wonderful. Answers might be a little odd. My answer was use it to see. So my guide is saying, see more through your third eye. Use that tool. Nicolette, it comes when it's the good time. Exactly. Wonderful. Okay, let's do the last one, the crown chakra. Move to the crown chakra and say, guides, show me, how open is my crown chakra? And then guides, show me what is the one action I can take in order to balance my crown chakra more. Good. Okay, wonderful. I hope you like this exercise. It's a very powerful exercise, and you've written down all these actions. Meditate. Know that the holy body is divine. I love it. Very good. I actually got meditate too. Okay, so let's thank our guides. Let's really see this unconditional love from energy from the divine coming over our guides and over ourselves to rinse it all clean, to thank them. Yeah, beautiful. And then really allow the energy from the earth to come through your feet, through your body to ground more. Beautiful, beautiful. Sabina, sessions with Susie. I love it. That will definitely open your crown chakra. Yeah. Good. Okay. So, to summarize what we focused on today, right? Be aware of the great process that you've already gone through. Allow yourself to reflect back and be proud of yourself of what you have achieved, even if it's baby steps. Each of those steps is wonderful. It's a really wonderful start and growth. Be proud of that. Number 2, you've learned great tools, how your spiritual team can help you to bring you back in balance. Encounter what makes you feel unbalanced, connect with your spiritual team, ask the why questions, really go into the depth. And then find out the lessons, ask your team to complete that for you, so the beliefs in your subconscious change. And the reason why it's so important to have your beliefs in your subconscious change is because your subconscious influences 90% of your decision making. So it's good to work on that. And then the third thing what we really did today is the energy centers and the chakras. Important to balance them, because then we come in flow. And having little action steps that we can use really is a wonderful way of balancing them again. So this is the last session of the 6 sense sessions. And it's really wonderful because we started with building trust in yourself through your 6th sense. Then living without self-doubt was session number 2. And then the 3rd session was today about balance through your 6th sense. Now, what I'd love to know from you, the purpose for me for doing these sessions was to let you guys understand that you have a 6th sense, to let you know what 6th sense living is. How do you live from your intuition? How do you bring that 6th sense into your life? And how to communicate with your spiritual team by using your 6th sense. The other things that I said as a purpose for these sessions is how to use this to benefit in your life, and how to experience this guidance from your 6th sense in order to enhance your life, in order to make it easier, in order to make it more flowing. Now, let me know, do you feel like we have gotten there? Do you feel like we've reached this purpose? Has this really helped you to understand what your 6th sense is? How you live with your 6th sense, how you communicate with your spiritual team? I've made good progress. Thank you for the practice and the tips. Wonderful. Really, really good. Yeah, and in 3 sessions, in order to achieve that in 3 sessions, it's awesome. It's a stepping stone. It doesn't mean that now you can leave everything and just continue with life that without anything having happened. It's really about you've learned these tools, start practicing with it. And I spoke to several of you, and several of you actually have started practicing with it, which is awesome. Just really, really good. Okay, right. It opened up a great line of communication, knowing that they're there to help. Wonderful. Farah, yes, I noticed a much greater connection after we did the spirit team upgrade. Yeah, that was in the first one. Really, really great. Yes, it was amazing. Thank you so much, Susie. Thank you, Lola, for being here. Victoria, yes, it was very nice to get to know better my guides. Wonderful. Right, Farah, yes, the team upgrade was great. Sabina, thank you a lot. It works. Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you so much. So what I do have is, Nick, it's nice to learn better to use the sixth sense. Wonderful. What I do have is the sixth sense is something that I've created based on things I've learned from different spiritual teachers, based on what I channeled. And it's really been a wonderful journey for me to serve you this way. There will be coming a bigger program. It's not there yet, and I just allow the energy to my guides to develop that for us all. And if you like to get an update when that's coming, when I do the next thing around the sixth sense, then join the waiting list. I've got a link here. Got a link, and you can put in your details there, so we know who's interested in this. We know who to contact whenever I do something more, because there will be another program coming. I don't know when yet, but it will be coming. And when you join this list, we will make sure that you're the first one to know about it. And also, what I really am a fan of is the people that join the stuff, that come to the courses, they obviously get the best deal, right? Because you've done this, you've really put all your effort in, you have put your motivation in, and really started practicing. So usually the people that join the waiting list, have done the courses, they're the first one to know about this, and I will make sure you get an early bird offer on that once it comes out. Thank you so much for being here with me. Thank you for enriching your life, committing to your own spiritual growth, and like trusting your intuition. And if there are any questions going forward, feel free to reach out to us through support@fromheadtoheart.com. And yeah, I'm looking forward to serving you. Also, if you're not a Theta healer, I'd highly recommend you to contact us to book in like a free clarity call or discovery call around Theta healing, because that's also a tool. It changed my life. It changed the lives of many of the people that are on here doing this course. And it's something when you're ready for change, when you want to go for the next thing, when you feel like alone sometimes or not understood or feel like there's something more for you to learn, this is powerful. Yeah. I wish you all a wonderful evening and looking forward to seeing you around and on the courses for some of you. Ciao, ciao.